What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nemesis. It's day 2 of the play-in tournament, and we are back, and we are better than ever as it is win or go home time. The 9s versus the 10 seed of the play-in tournament are going to be going at it, and it is spicy. You know, like I said, I got Grebsy in the booth with me. I'm Rockerman, hosting the play-by-play for this first matchup. And Grebsy, we got a spicy one to kick things off.
We do. These are two great teams. We have Grandmasters versus Blizzard, and they have the exact same 9 versus 9 score, and also 33 and 35 matches. So they are completely even here going into this game. That said, the Grandmasters did beat Blizzard last time they faced them 3-0. So Blizzard needs to come back here and show that they want this.
Yeah, definitely so. It's gonna be a spicy one. It's gonna be a spicy one, as you know. There's a lot at stake here. Like we mentioned, it is win or go home for both these teams, and I mean it's just spicy. I'm gonna pull up Grebsy. I'm gonna pull up the bracket real quick so we can have everyone take a look. Obviously, we saw the first matchup on Monday. Dragons moving on to that 7 seed. Venganza unfortunately falling. They're gonna move up to play on Saturday night. But what do you make of this bracket here in 9 versus 10?
You know, it's going to be interesting because Venganza, when they were playing, they didn't have their main player. He was gone from the game. So if he's going to be back for that, then it's going to be a very difficult game for whoever wins between the Grandmasters and Blizzard here. If their number 1 player doesn't show up, then it's kind of a toss-up. It's really hard to know.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna be looking to see who's gonna pop in the lobby. I already saw the Grandmasters kind of made a little bit of an appearance there in the lobby. We saw Nuggy, Moifin, and I believe it was Gamma. We're gonna have to fact check that. Get a name fact check on that one. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting here as we wait on a couple people to join up. But Grebsy, what are you looking forward to in this matchup? Who are you looking out for in both these two teams? There's obviously a lot of great players in the Titan League.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have Nuggy here, was your season 9 MVP, so you know he's gonna be a great contender, and he was also in the the All-Star match as well, playing in there, and did a great job there. So it's looking like Grandmasters are a bit more passive, maybe a bit more defensive play style. They've got 3rd in saves, 6th in assists, and going up against Blizzard here, who has the number 1 goal scorer per game, Comp, and he's 4th percentage shooting overall. So it could be a very hard, heavy offense against a very solid defense, and we're just gonna have to find out how that goes.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to figure it out here as players are joining up, but we're gonna have to see. Channel point predictions are up, folks, so get them in. There's a lot of points down. I know Mr. Grebsy here, we'll talk about his prediction, but he has put down a lot of points down there on one of these two teams, so you guys can get your predictions in. Right now it's looking like it's looking in the favor of Blizzard at the moment. The survey is saying 20-7 in favor of Grandmasters. So Grebsy, let's get a prediction from you. Who do you got? Where do you put your channel points, and tell us why?
Yeah, I put my money where my mouth is here. I put it all on Blizzard, all 55,000 points that I have. My theory here is, Grandmasters 3-0'd them last time they played, and Blizzard's going to be, wanting this match. They're going to be coming back hard. And I think that might give them the advantage here, is Grandmasters might be just sitting pretty and might get caught off guard.
Well, we're gonna have to see. We are gonna have to see. I know in my bracket prediction, I went with the Grandmasters in 5. So we'll have to see if that's gonna come true. Believing in the Nuggy buff there. Grandmasters defending champions. I don't think they're gonna get knocked out too soon. But you've also got Blizzard, who is 3-time champions in the Titan League. So we're gonna have to see what they can pull out here. And it looks like they're gonna go with Comp, Fluffy, and Tiz. So no Tox, who is normally a Nemesis legend. He's the 3-timer over there. He was part of that Blizzard dynasty a couple seasons ago. So no Tox in this one, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, you are correct, and you're right there with Blizzards. They were the champions of season 5, 6, and 7, but then failed to even make it to the playoffs in 8 and 9. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like we got him in the lobby, so we're going to get things going here as we have Grandmasters taking on Blizzard in the play-in tournament. It's win or go home time, and let's get things underway. We got the Grandmasters in the yellow tonight with 10-piece Nugget, Moifin, and Gamma. And then on Blizzard, Comp, Fluffy, and Tiz. We're going to have to see who is going to start out strong here. It looks like it might be Blizzard. The shot's going to go towards the net, but it's going to be saved away and fired back in by Tiz. Blizzard starts the scoring.
Crazy shot from the side here by Tiz off the goalpost corner, right back to himself, and able to just put it right over Moifin here. Great play.
That is how you want to start it out here. Both these teams, you got to play with a sense of urgency in the play-in tournament. You know, you played all season long, but this is, you know, this is do or die. This isn't like the play-in tournament on Monday where you get a second life. This is win or your season is over. So both these teams are going to be firing on all cylinders. And the Blizzard able to do that. As Tiz out in the middle to Comp, going to send this one towards the backboard. Going to be saved away by Gamma. This one out of the midfield. A little bit of a miss there. Comes out from Blizzard. Maybe passing play attempt. Not quite going to go. This one going to be blocked out by Comp. Into the corner. Gamma not quite going to be able to touch that one. Trying to stay with it. This one going to float down. Gamma not a lot of boost there. Comp going to keep it back in. Trying to 50 it down and going to drop towards the middle. Dougie not the best touch. Tiz has an opportunity but can't quite fire it on net. It's Gamma going to fire it off the backboard. They're going to clear it away. And there is a lot of... Oh, this one shot towards the net could be saved away. Grubsy, there's a lot of early mistakes from these two teams. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming through.
There have definitely been some missed balls, but you know, it's hard to say, especially with Titan League. Are they tactical whiffs or are they, you know, errors happening? For the most part, Tiz going to put it on goal almost, and Fluffy's actually going to finish it right there. Caught, looked like Blizzard's double committing.
Yeah, it looks like Nuggy and Gamma both want to pinch this ball and they actually just bump into each other and bump each other out of the way. A tough break, and Fluffy is going to be all over that one. So quick 2-0 lead for Blizzard to start things off in game number 1. Let's see how do the Grandmasters respond. Fluffy trying to take this one in. Nuggy going to find a touch off to the side. This one going to be sent back down. Blizzard going to hold on to this one as Tiz going to take it up. Going to try to take control here. Looking out for Comp, who's going to send it back in. But only so far as Gamma. This one sent a little bit wide there. Off the ceiling now, looking to follow. Nuggy able to get in the middle. Drop it down and get off the ceiling. Nuggy waiting for that one again, but Blizzard all over that one on the defensive end. Not even letting Grandmasters get to work. And this one, a great pass down, but Nuggy with a better save there as Fluffy's coming in again. Putting it home. And Blizzard just clinical follow-ups.
Blizzard is very, as you said, clinical here, very accurate, very surgical in every single touch they have. And, you know, Grandmasters are doing a great job staying on defense, but Blizzard is just firing it every single time.
Yeah, and they're just finding the holes in this Grandmasters defense. And it seems like right when they get one opportunity, they immediately get a second opportunity and they make it happen there, as they are now up 3-0 here in game 1. The Grandmasters trying to look to get any sort of offense going. This one dropping down, and there's the offense right there. Nuggy gonna put her home.
This is a great play here. Moifin getting a bump on Comp, putting him awkward, and Comp just barely missing the touch. And 10B's finding himself an open goal, and is going to put his team on the board here.
Yeah, that's definitely the guy I'm looking out for here on the Grandmasters end. Defending champion, the captain of the team. Definitely a very, very good player in the Titan League. One of the best there. I believe top 5 in player rating this season. So he is definitely the one that you got to watch out for if you're Blizzard. He's going to find the first goal as Comp. He's also a player to watch out for. He tried to fire one on, but not quite going to go this time. As this one's sent down, may have caught the defense just off guard, but Fluffy able to get back just in time. This one off the ceiling. Looking to find another touch. Nuggy drops it down. Moifin off the backboard. Gamma thinking about that one. Gonna opt for the fake challenge though instead. It's Gamma out of the midfield trying to get it over to Nuggy. That one's gonna be 50 back. Dangerous ball, but Moifin is back waiting. It's Nuggy. He's now gonna find a touch. This ball sent up off the ceiling. Gamma gonna find one, but Fluffy waiting in the midfield. Gonna fire it off the backboard. Comp trying to come for that insane angle, but not able to get that one on net. This one popped up. Gamma now trying to take it out. It's sent down. Gonna find a 50 though. Opt up Nuggy. Gonna beat it by 1, but Comp looking to stay with this one as he pops it up, trying to give chase. Gonna send that one towards the net. Fluffy looking to harass Gamma, drops it down, able to stick with it here as they try to find it away, but Grubsy, a minute 30 remaining is, wait a minute, Moifin gonna find this one, a great pass and a great redirect.
This is a great setup here by Grandmasters. You see Nuggy knocking it straight down to the field to Moifin, up in the air, waiting for it. You know they had that plan ready to go, and this is a comeback happening right here, 2-3 now.
Yeah, they are definitely making a comeback here is they found a couple of good shots. We're down 3-0. Instead now find themselves down by 2-3. Is this one gonna be 50 through Tiz? Almost finds it by Bagama. Just enough on the defensive end to hold that one off as Moifin trying to get to that one. But Tiz now gonna take control. Gama also diving in this one. It's dropping down. Nuggy gonna dive for that one, but it's gonna be cleared away. It's Fluffy over to Tiz. Nice little touch redirect there, but not quite able to get it through. It's Gama gonna send it down. Gama again in the midfield. Moifin and Nuggy are kind of there. Moifin just taking a pop shot towards net. Not quite gonna go though. So we're down to a minute remaining. Grandmasters trying to tie this one up. It's off the sidewall. Fluffy gets a touch. Nuggy trying to chase with this one, but Comp all over him there. This one still sent in. Grandmasters trying to push the aggression there. Not quite gonna find it. This one flung off the backboard. Opportunity for follow-up. Blizzard, they all missed there. Could be a great opportunity for Grandmasters, but another miss comes through. But still, opportunity flicked off the backboard. Can they find the follow? It's gonna sneak in. Gama somehow finds it through.
A great play here out of a whole mess of a situation. The Grandmasters here just put on 5 shots in total in this past 30 seconds. They were at 2 before, and have definitely stepped up the aggression here and just caught Blizzards on the back foot.
Yeah, they did. A couple of misses there, but Grandmasters, they stuck with it and found just enough of a shot, and they battled back from down 3-0. But can they complete it all the way back and take this game number 1? We're going to have to see here as we're down to the final seconds of regulation. Moifin into the midfield. Dangerous ball. Trying to stay with it. Tiz off the backboard. Gama got to make that touch. Nice touch. Able to get that one to the corner. But Blizzard still there. Still firing. Comp going to be denied away. Gama makes that save. But seconds ticking away. Can Blizzard put one in with time remaining? It's going to be popped out. Moifin actually going to keep this one up. Could turn the other way as Gama down the midfield. Opportunity off the backboard. But no, it's going to hit the ground. And we got overtime in game 1 in Grebsy.
Oh, that was a great play right there at the end, and I honestly thought that was going to go in. You know, Grandmasters have had control completely of this match here going into this, and they're showing why they're, you know, they want to win this. You know, they're definitely showing it.
Yeah, definitely trying to keep the legacy of Blizzard going. And Grandmasters trying to repeat that title. Both these teams a lot to play for. Their postseason lives on the line, and they are showing up here in game 1. A beautiful drop down, fired off towards the net, but not quite going to go. Comp gonna turn this one around and pop into very high. Nuggy using all the boost he has, but only able to get it to the corner. As Grandmasters suffocate a little bit. Bagama just able to get it out as Tiz keeping this one high. Could be dangerous off the backboard. Looking for the double tap, trying to find the dagger. No, Comp can't quite find that angle. I'm sure he's gonna want that one back. This one's sent back down. Blizzard trying to stick with this one. This one pop it up towards the net, but gonna be cleared away. Is now Comp gonna find a touch, sending this one down. Gama gonna block it off. Nuggy is there, gonna find a 50, sent back into the Blizzard zone. Fluffy racing for this one, gonna pop it up, but it's out in the midfield. Tiz gotta get to this one, gonna deny it away for the moment, trying to stick back with it. Nuggy towards the backboard. Comp gotta watch out. Just able to get a touch here as Grebsy were about a minute into overtime. Both these teams finding a couple opportunities, trying to secure this game 1 victory.
They are absolutely doing the best they can, and you've got Grandmasters had all of the pressure here so far. You know, they're really popping off, and they're showing their teamwork, and it looks like just Blizzards are slightly slower than what what Grandmasters are pulling out here. And if they want to win this, they're going to have to pull something out.
And they definitely will. They were up 3-0 here, but got to find back to that offense that they had earlier. Is this one off the sidewall? Nuggy gonna find a touch. It's sent down. Nuggy again. Gonna find it over the top, but Comp is all there. A demo could open up some space. Got to make that touch. And Gama does well to do that. Gonna find a flip reset over the top of one. Moifin trying to come through, dropping straight down. Could be dangerous. Nuggy can't find the touch. It's still floating there. Moifin trying to get to it, but instead Comp gonna just get it off to the side, but still Blizzard trying to get out of their zone. Not a lot of boost to work with. Is this one gonna fire underneath? Good luck, Comp. Here's an opportunity and perfectly placed by Nuggy.
This is a great setup by the Grandmasters here from Gama. Gama, and just off the backboard, and nobody on defense there for Blizzard, and they're going to get caught open. So that's Grandmasters in the first match.
Yeah, Grandmasters going to come out strong there after dropping down 3-0. Grebsy, it looked like Blizzard was going to kind of just run away with that game 1, but instead, a huge comeback there by Grandmasters to take it in OT.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Blizzard, they put up 9 shots in the first 2 minutes, and then just kind of sat there really stagnant through the rest of the game. They finished with 12 overall, so, you know, they only really put 3 more shots on. on goal, whereas you had Grandmasters with 1 shot going into the last 3 minutes, and now they put up another 12 there at the end. So they're showing, they had the dominance, they had the teamwork, and they were there.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, just a great comeback from them, and that's how you want to start off a game number 1 there. If you're the Grandmasters, you fall behind, but you show Blizzard, hey, you may have had us in the first half, but in the second half, that was all ours, and they popped off for sure there, led by Nuggy, putting in some work there on the top of the scoreboard. We're gonna have to see if they can keep it up here as we're heading to game number 2 on Urban Central. A big game here for Blizzard. Grebsy, what do you want to see from them as we head into this game 2?
I want to see more of what we saw at the beginning of the match, the first match there. They were in control, they were confident, they were moving faster than the Grandmasters were keeping up with, and it looked like they just kind of slowed down. So they really need to pick their game speed back up here.
Yeah, no, I will definitely agree with the speed aspect there. It looked like they just didn't have the same speed. It seemed like they kind of got up to 3-0 and then they just coasted, which allowed Grandmasters to come back. And that's one of those things in Rocket League. It's a dangerous game. You can't coast after you get a lead like that, because especially in the Titan League, with how close the Titan League has been this season, all these teams are very solid and come back at any time. As Comp firing this one off the backboard, Moifin trying to get a touch. This one turned back around. Tiz looking to fire it off there, but that one is going to be sent back down, and Blizzard going to be able to clear that one away. As Fluffy looking to get this one and going to pop it over the top of one. Comp is there looking for the shot, but not looking to find that one. As this one, Gamma blocking in the midfield, dropping down Moifin. Going to find a touch off to the side. As Comp now looking to take control. What has Comp got in the tank? Got a flip reset, trying to drop it down. Tiz looking for the shot off the ceiling. Opportunity for Blizzard, trying to fire it in again off the backboard. Opportunity for follow-up, but Comp not quite close enough, as Gamma is going to send that down. Send it by 2, actually. And might even put the angle in, but Fluffy just back in time. Almost an insane one-man play with little boost. But instead, it's going to be saved away. In about a minute and a half here, both these teams, Grebsy, fighting for this first goal.
Yeah, this has been a much closer match, much closer start to the match than we saw the last game here. Stats are pretty much even overall. Both teams have 2 saves, with Grandmasters only 1 extra shot. It's been very back and forth, and it's kind of hard to tell who's going to go for it.
Oh my gosh!
Gamma with a great bump. It was that was Chiz on the backboard here, and Gamma's actually just going to take it over him, I believe, with a flip reset, and just pops it over both Comp and Tiz.
Oh my goodness, he sat him down right there. Gamma putting in the back of the net, and flip reset to bump right there is insane. And that is how Grandmasters are going to get their first goal. And that is another massive one as they're keeping the scoring going. So they've now scored 5 unanswered goals here in this one. And they're looking for a 6th here as they're sending to the backboard. Comp and company going to try to regroup here. Find a way to break through as this one popped up. Nuggy going to find a touch, able to get this one down, drop it in the midfield, but Comp all over that one. Gamma going to keep it in the corner. Tiz going to get it by 1 out of the midfield. Fluffy send a shot towards Ned, and Nuggy going to do well to keep it in the corner as Tiz popping it up over the top there. Gamma have to make this touch, able to send it down and clear it away. And it just seems like, I don't know, Grebsy, maybe the Blizzard or the Grandmaster defense, excuse me, is just a little bit better than they were in the beginning. I'm not sure. What do you make of that?
I think I would agree here. I think they're covering each other much better. They're rotating faster. As Nuggy gonna put it on, nope, gonna go high, and they're just rotating a little bit better here. Like no one's really sitting stagnant. No one's out too far. It looks like their spacing is just slightly more competitive than what Blizzard's got going on right now.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have picked up the defensive end there, and they're gonna pick up on the offensive end. Nuggy gonna get it by the last 2 defenders.
Nuggy showing you why he is a contender here and a great player, just off the wall and back to himself, right over the 2 of them, right down middle, right top of the goal. Just a great shot overall.
Yeah, just a massive one there from Nuggy, and that's what you expect from the captain here. He's trying to lead his team to a repeat performance. See if they can go back to back in the Titan League. As this one drop down, Comp gonna send this one up high, but he's bumped off by Nuggy. As Gamma sends it out, looking for Nuggy, gonna get hit by 2 out of the midfield to Moifin for the finish. Oh my goodness, just clinical.
This is a great setup by the entire team, and you can see here, you got Blizzard just completely spaced out, Tiz on his own, all 3 of Grandmasters coming at him, and he did not really stand a chance on that at all.
Yeah, that one, I mean, what do you do there? That's just perfect passing play right there by the Grandmasters. And now it is 7 unanswered as Blizzard is trying to trying to survive the storm here, but they may be finding themselves going down 2-0 in this series after such a promising start. It's this one popped up off the backboard. Comp gonna send it down. Gamma gonna take control. Able to get it through the corner. That one not quite gonna go. Tiz looking to take this one up, trying to get it over the top of Moifin. He does, but the clear comes through, and Grandmasters continue to hold off any sort of Blizzard attack. This one up in the air. Gamma sending it down. Fluffy gonna find a touch here. Tiz gonna bang this one back down. Can Blizzard find some sort of opportunity? Tiz off the backboard. Great opportunity, but it's gonna be denied away just in time as they're trying to fire it back in the midfield, but not quite gonna make it happen. And they really needed one of those right there, Grebsy.
They absolutely did here, and I'm beginning to wonder here for Grandmasters if Gamma may be the difference. He's only played 7 matches this season, so he's not played too many, and he is just an absolute dominant space here for the Grandmasters. And Tiz going to put it in over Moifin. I kind of missed what happened there. I wasn't looking at the screen at the time.
Yeah, no, that was just a nice little pass off the backboard and just gonna drop it right underneath. And well, that's what Blizzard needed right there, as they still have a chance here in this game number 2. Only 37 seconds remaining, but can they find one quickly here? They're gonna need it. I mean, they Grandmasters had a 3-0 comeback in the last game. Can Blizzard find one of their own with 30 seconds remaining? They're gonna have to do it a little bit quicker though than the Grandmasters did. This one dropping down. Floating up high. This one gonna be sent down. Fluffy just gotta beat one in net. Moifin, good luck. He makes the save, and Gamma gonna fill the back space and able to get that one out, as that was a massive save. Blizzard, again, they really needed that one as the time ticking away. They gotta score with time on the clock. They might have an opportunity, but Tiz is cut down as that one floats away to the side. Grandmaster's gonna come through. They are gonna take game number 2, and they are 1 win away from moving on to Saturday night.
Absolutely there, and Blizzard did try to make that right at the end, and you know, they had one of the most frustrating non-goals you can have in Rocket League. The goal is completely open, the ball's in front of it, but no one's near it. And you know, Grandmasters were able to get there and clear it back out.
Yeah, and that's, again, great defense by the Grandmasters. Moifin did well to survive there all by himself, just enough to get that touch away to the corner. And the Grandmasters are going to go up 2-0. I mean, you know, if there's one good thing here for Blizzard, obviously they're down 0-2, season on the line, but they did get a goal back finally, Grebsy, and they almost had that opportunity at the end. So there is some slight hopes possibly to see if they can find this reverse sweep.
Yeah, I agree, and they're going to need to kind of keep that maybe not desperation, but that level of going for it here, where it might be the safest play, but they really need to start making something happen. So hopefully they can continue that into this 3rd game here.
Yeah, definitely. I think the word you're probably looking for is aggression, and hopefully Yeah, hopefully they can keep it up here, keep that pressure going for their sake, and see if they can extend their season, as everything on the line now is one loss by Blizzard will eliminate them from championship contention. Grandmasters just need one win to move on, as this one shot towards the net. Grandmasters gonna be able to clear that one away as Nuggy chases one in the corner. Comp gonna find a touch, able to get back to it, but this one gonna go by 2. Nuggy popping this one up towards the backboard. It's gonna fall off there, but good follow there from Tiz, able to get it out. This one popped in the air. Comp, not a lot of boost to work with, gonna fake that one down. Blizzard trying to put this one towards the backboard, gonna be cleared away. And in the first minute here, Grebsy, what I'm noticing, I feel like the pace has slowed way down in this game.
It is very much slower here, and you know, that's how it kind of feels with these Titan games. Me being a novice boy myself, we tend to kind of yeet ourselves at the ball, and that's not so much the good play to make here in the Titan League. And maybe that's why the Grandmasters are pulling this out, because they're playing it like a chess match.
Maybe so. And I mean, if they're playing a chess match, they have got the opening down pat here, because they're up 2-0. But can they find this middle game and the end game? That is the question. Is this one sent down? They're trying to find it. This one shot towards the net, and Moifin gonna take it over the defense.
Yeah, again, Grandmasters just taking it down the field here. All 3 teammates, you know, playing together. Nuggy going for bumps, Moifin up in the air, getting the touches, putting it in the goal. It's just a great play all around.
Yeah, definitely so. And Blizzard maybe baked out a little bit in that midfield there, could not quite read that ball. And Grandmasters all over that one with their pressure, able to get that one through, and they're gonna find another one. Defense not quite back in time. Nuggy's got another.
That's gonna hurt your psyche there. You know, you one goal, you think you can make it back. You know, it's no problem sometimes, but two right back to back, that's a tough mountain to climb.
Yeah, definitely so, especially when you're fighting for your lives here, fighting for your postseason existence. They're gonna have to find two back here as the Grandmasters after that slow start in game one. They have just been all over it ever since. Blizzard gotta find a way to channel those first couple minutes of game one here. This one dropping down Tiz, gonna make a touch. A demo comes through. Tiz still looking to fake it out, gonna 50 Gamma. That's Nuggy, gonna send it down. Comp, gonna find a touch, able to get it out. Gonna pop it over Moif and Tiz, trying to bump the last defender. This one's still gonna pop up. Gamma, gonna get a nice clear. This one up in the air. Tiz sending it out, looking for the bump there. As Fluffy gonna take the shot, and oh, Nuggy is just back waiting. And it just seems like Blizzard, anything they can do, they're finding these passing plays, Grubsy, but it just always seems like there's one more person back for Grandmasters.
Yeah, Grandmasters are doing a great job of reading the ball, reading the plays. Anytime it's on their side of the field, they are slowing the ball down. They're taking the pace to what they want it to be. Even here, right there, you know, they're wasting time. And as soon as they know that they have that aggression, then they can go on the offense. It's very quick plays happening, right? Moifin up over Comp. Nope, he's going to save it. So Blizzard just needs to control the pace of the game, and they're giving it all to Grandmasters right now.
Yeah, they are. And this one floating back towards our net. Watch out, here comes Nuggy. But Tiz gonna save it away. And 2 minutes remaining. Blizzard really need to work through this one and try to find something. Fluffy is up, but he's gonna be blocked by Nuggy. This one's still in the Blizzard zone. Tiz gonna find a touch off to the side as Comp throwing this one off the backboard. Gamma trying to find that read, but it's only gonna go in the midfield as Blizzard, not a lot of boost, trying to drop this one down. Great passing play by Moifin. Can't quite put that one on target. Gonna find a follow though, able to keep it in. Blizzard just can't quite get out of their zone, but they finally do as Fluffy sends it to the backboard, but Gamma just waiting for that one, all over it all day. It's this one, pop back in the midfield, and Moifin gonna find a touch out. Nuggy gonna send it off the corner. Fluffy not quite gonna find that read, and he is gonna pay. Moifin puts it home, and it's a 3-0 lead.
That is a banger of a goal. 70 miles an hour there, right in front, right into it. Great play by Nuggy, putting it off the corner, dropping it right in front of Moifin, and he just takes it home.
Yeah, he's going to put it in, and Blizzard may be on their last leg here. There's a minute 30 remaining, down 0-3. They're going to have to pull off a miracle to try to find this reverse sweep, to even just find one game here in this one. What do they have in the tank? This one. Pinch towards the net. Nuggy gonna find a touch. Comp looking to pinch this one. Gonna find a touch, but not quite what he was hoping for. As Gamma gonna find one off the ceiling. Gonna find a flip reset. Sending it down towards the midfield. And Nuggy, he sends it in. And it's all Grandmasters.
This is absolutely all Grandmasters. This game has been in their favor. They've had control of it the entire time. And I think they've just put the Blizzard on ice here.
They really have. And 4-0 with a minute remaining. It looks like the brooms may be coming out, folks. Blizzard really gonna need a miracle. They're gonna need the Dan plan to come through here with a minute remaining. It's gonna have to be a miracle. Fluffy trying to control there. Doesn't quite get the dribble he was looking for. Gonna leave it for Tiz, who takes it off the ceiling. Gonna go underneath. Gonna get it by one. Comp setting it up, but no one on Blizzard ready for that one. As Nuggy is sending it down, sending it back in. Blizzard trying to clear this one away. Trying. Gonna musty flick this one down. Moifin, he's gonna cut it off as the time ticks. Fluffy trying to get this one in midfield. Gonna see if he can take it down underneath, and he's just gonna roll it in. Gonna find one, but 27 seconds left still. A tall mountain to climb.
It is improbable but not impossible here. You never know what could happen. This is Rocket League, so if Blizzard makes a miracle happen, we can be going to a game 4.
We'll have to see here. 3 goals in 27 seconds. It'd have to be one for the record books here for sure. As they're sending this one, Gamma off the backboard, trying to get underneath. That one's gonna be 50 away. Blizzard needs everything to go their way. Moifin just wasting the time here. This one blocked down. Nuggy gonna take it up. He's sending it away. And as the time ticks, surely it's gonna do it for the Blizzard here. As it will, it's popped up, and Grandmasters are gonna come through, get out the brooms. They are moving on to Saturday night for a date with Venganza.
Yeah, Grandmasters came out with everything they had. Nuggy really just popped off. You know, he carried all 3 games. A solid player, was unable to be defended against with Blizzard. You know, not that he carried the whole thing. You know, all of the Grandmasters, all of them played amazingly, very well together, and that was a very exciting match to watch.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I mean, the Grandmasters just really, they really put in some work right there, Grebsy, in that game. And
They really did.
it seemed like at first too, we talked about it. It seemed like at first they were just gonna be. It looked like it was gonna be Blizzard. It looked like it was gonna be a very competitive series. But after after about the halfway point in that game one, it was just the tables just turned, and it was all Grandmasters the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was real confident with my 55,000 points I put in there starting off, and congratulations to whoever has them.
You got some. I got a couple winners in the chat there with the Grandmasters are going to take this one. So
Yeah.
congratulations to them. But well, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here real quick. I'm going to pull back up the bracket since we had a pretty quick one for the first one with the sweep. But let's take a quick peek at this bracket before we go to break. And now, Grebsy, this is going to set up a date with Grandmasters versus Venganza, and that sounds so spicy because Venganza, they didn't have Ren in their first matchup. I'm not sure if Ren's going to be there this Saturday, but he was #1 in player rating in the Titan League. So a Ren versus Nuggy matchup, that sounds electric on Saturday.
Yes, that is absolutely a match to look forward to. You don't want to miss it. If Ren is there, this is going to be an insane game to watch. If Ren is missing, then I do feel like Grandmasters may be able to kind of roll away with this, but we're hoping Ren's there. We want to see some good Rocket League.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be an exciting matchup there, and whoever wins that one is going to go on and face the Godfathers. And that one, I've heard some rumblings. Not to hate on the Godfathers. They got the 1 seed, so they're obviously a very good team. But I've talked to some Titan players, Grebsy, and this is not as strong of a 1 seed. With how close Titan has been, people are saying, whoever comes out of this playing tournament could have the momentum to take down the Godfathers there. And that's the one thing I kind of like about the playing tournament too, Grebsy. It gives these teams that are hot a chance to possibly take down one of these top seeds.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they've got, an extra match in under their belts before even going against the Godfathers. So maybe they're a bit warmer. Maybe they're a bit used to the Nemesis play style here going into it. It is not unbelievable that the Godfathers could lose. This could be anybody's game, and it could mess up a lot of brackets probably.
Yeah, definitely could. We will have to see though. Congratulations to the Grandmasters. They still have to get through Venganza on Saturday night, so that one will be that'll be a fun one to watch. But what we are going to do now, folks, since we just ended this first match, we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're heading to the Challenger League with a spicy matchup. Some two all-time Nemesis teams have made a lot of waves before. We have Motion versus Flame, looking to keep their postseason lives alive. So we're gonna have to see who's gonna do that. But we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we will see you guys for Motion versus Flame. We'll see you guys in a few.